but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now lift your glass for that water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Now simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, live, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch it. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Bam! Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But to stay healthy, remember, breathe, drink, eat, move. Culturally appropriate, get your sleep. But hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Lift it up and drink up, fam. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass, take your breath, move your body, toast your ancestors, but most of all, drink your water, fam. Hey, great morning, great Kujichagulia to each and every last one of you out there, if anybody's out there, because I'm running. I'm about 2 hours, almost 2 hours late. I slept in. You know, I'm on that pure water, and I'm on that pure water for these days. And tomorrow, we move into the valley of the shadow of death. So I got to drink up, because what we're moving tomorrow is total dry. You know what I'm saying? So 3 days, nothing. I gotta figure that out. So, and my wife go back to work. I'm gonna be with my kids, and the first thing my daughter say when she get up is, "I'm hungry. I want something to drink." And I'm like, "Oh, shit." You know, I ain't take all that into account. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to figure this stuff out on the move, you know, on the go. And I don't know what's up with my chat window. Because according to my chat window, I ain't streaming nowhere. So, let's go and look at Restreamio, make sure that we are up. I'm going to finish this water and I'm going to pour me another glass of water so that we could do our toast. And also get prepared for tonight's show. I'm streaming on Giami Journey on Facebook, on High Tim on Periscope. I'm going to have to go and change that name or just take that off. I'm streaming on High Tim on YouTube as well as Giami Journey YouTube because people couldn't find me on YouTube at all. I know they could find me a little bit on Facebook. I know they could find Giami Journey on Facebook. So this is all going on. We're going to go and finish our little breakfast real quick so we get on out of here, get to the office and do what we need to do. Let me go back to my Restream chat. Alright. So, of course, remember on the 29th, I think it's the 29th, we got the G&J Mall that will be popping off. So, be looking for promotions on that. Like, support, share. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep the movement moving. You know what I'm saying? We here every morning toasting. The G&J or the Giami Journey Media June newsletter will be out. You see the little 3D rendering of it. It will be out soon. And I'm looking forward to getting this out on a more regular basis. I'm looking for people to write and all that, you know, so possibly we could build it up to something that will bring value into other people's lives, right? That's what you do, right? You know it's bad when you're so used to it, you can just act like it ain't even happening, right? Alright. So, let's move on to before we move to the toast tonight, we will be having Folktales for Grown Folks. If all things work out. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing Folktales for Grown Folks. Alright, so now, the folktale for tonight is The Ass and the Charger. And I think we might have did a version of this one already. Let's check it out. An ass congratulated a horse on being so ungrudgingly and carefully provided for, while he himself had scarcely enough to eat, and not even that without hard work. But when war broke out, a heavily armed soldier mounted the horse, riding him to the charge, rushing to the very midst of the enemy. The horse was wounded and fell dead on the battlefield. Then the ass, seeing all these things, changed his mind and commiserated the horse. Alright. Once again, an ass congratulated a horse on being so ungrudgingly and carefully provided for, while he himself had scarcely enough to eat, and not even that without hard work. But when war broke out, a heavily armed soldier mounted the horse, and riding him to the charge, rushed into the very midst of the enemy. The horse was wounded and fell dead on the battlefield. Then the ass, seeing all these things, changed his mind and commiserated the horse. Let's look up commiserated. So we could be ready for the night. Commiserated. Commiserate. Let's see if this is what if I'm saying it right.
Commiserate. Commiserate.
Express or feel sympathy or pity. An ass congratulated a horse on being so ungrudgingly. So he kind of was, well, we'll discuss that later on tonight. One more time. An ass congratulated a horse on being so ungrudgingly and carefully provided for, while he himself had scarcely enough to eat, and not even that without hard work. But when war broke out, a heavily armed soldier mounted the horse, riding him to the charge, rushed into the very midst of the enemy. The horse was wounded and fell dead on the battlefield. Then the ass, seeing all these things, changed his mind and commiserated or felt sympathy for the horse. We will discuss that one tonight, and any other discussions and any other news that we might find during the day. But until then, it's time for us to do our due diligence, do our duty, and that is to toast these ancestors. Let's fix this camera just a little bit. Modern technology. There we go. That's beautiful. All right, y'all ready? So here we go. Shouts out to Brother Kwame, great Kujichagulia fam. Make it a great day. You do the same thing, sir. Here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass. We salute that Creator. And we say, Ashe. All right, family. From there, we move straight to our list of our ancestors. We raise our glass to all of them and salute Miles Brown, Zan, Robert Tex, Sonny Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Chris Fanny, Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tapper, John Pilar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pet Mile, Ron Malik Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Thompson, Apple Bro, Proactive Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling, Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley, and the Luxor Brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Sr., Miss Jerry Bunsen, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trade, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Phyllis Chris Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rennerman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird, B.D. Sale, Weller, B. the Farmer, Goso, Sue, Shell, Harvey, Asher May, Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Trail Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merrill B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Eric Patricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keach Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Harriet Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Heather Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinelli, Elder Almatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thurman Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Soya, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dylan Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFritis Hines, Inez Bostic, Anna Bostic, Wendell Freed, Scandalberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Carl, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Pricked Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gina Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Pookie, also known as Gypsy. Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Junko Shea, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Al Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula Andrew Baker, Patricia Edward Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Shirley Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Preston Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ada Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Alice Motley, Jodine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Nucha, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Miro Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ryan McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Vincent Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Oliver, Monserine Cooper, George Swan, Emmanuel Gracie, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Now we move to the Black Book. We are on Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Ancestor, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., David Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac, Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshall McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denisa Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Hassan, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gatt, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, and Teresa Sambu. Now, family, we raise our glass, but before we raise our glass, we want to invite you to put your family on the list. You could join the Daily Toaster Squad. You could text toaster to 25456. Text toaster to 25456. Let's say you're not built to do this every day. That's cool. We got room for you. You can hit us up. You can text G&J to 25456, and you get messages about all of our activities. And when I'm doing a special broadcast, you can tune in, check it out. All right, but hey, so we raise our glass and we salute all of our beautiful ancestors that combine us as a team, almost like Voltron, right? It's a beautiful thing. We lift up the glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. We are right now on the best day of the week. At least for me, this is the day I was born on. Kujichagulia, Kujichagulia, Kujichagulia. Yeah, hey. So, we want you to activate those reticular formations, family. We are on the hunt for Kujichagulia. We're going to track it down. We're going to catch it in action. We're going to catch it like the alligator dude. Catch it out of the wild. Take a picture of it and release it back out into our community. So activate those reticular formations. We are seeking Kujichagulia. For those that don't speak the language, Kujichagulia means self-determination. Self-determination. Demonic principle of the day is justice. The color is indigo. I got on black. Correspondence. Correspondence is the Hermetic law. As above, so below. As below, so above. All right. Male name for the day is Kwabena. What's up? That's us. That's us. And female name Abena. Shouts out to all my Kwabenas and Abenas out there that's been holding it down for the journey for the last 2 years. Oh, y'all the bomb. Y'all the bomb. Y'all deserve. Yeah. We deserve a round of applause. That's right. Let's give it up. Thank you. You're so kind. You're so kind. You're so kind. But hey, so we raise up our glass for this present moment, right? And in this moment, we move towards our greatness, and we make sure that we keep our pact with our ancestors and keep our pact with our future generations. We are generational people. We have generational responsibilities, right? And family, we keep those here on the journey, right? So we lift up our glass and we salute and we remember all that we came from and all that we're building towards. And we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there we move to our future generations. We toast our children's children onto infinity, moving them towards greatness, making sure they're going to be able to express their greatness. So we toast and we say, Ashe. From there, family, you know where we go? Do you know? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Yeah, we know. We are moving to all of our relations and we toast them and we say Ashe from all of our relations. Family, where do we go? We go to that selfish toast. You know, you should have your health drink right now. What is that one thing? What is it that you need right now? That selfish toast, right? Getting up, you toasting ancestors with me, right? What is it that you need for yourself? We lift up the glass right now for you. We say Ashe. Last but not least, we raise our glass for you one more time, one more again, and we toast the most mighty, the most spectacular, beautiful, uplifting, inspiring, and strong, and special, this most specialist, I don't know if that's a word, most specialist person in the room, and that's you with your fine self. We lift up our glass, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We wish you peace, power, and joy in 100 years. Once again, Brother Kwame says, one love, family. We are out. I'm going to drink my water. This is about breakfast. Well, actually, could be worse, right? So, uh-oh. Storm I got an alert. Brother Storm just hit me up. And I got access to a copy of Airbenders. Shit. All right, family. All right. Man, I'm excited. Okay, so family, I'm gonna wish you a great day, and I will see you tonight. Y'all take it easy. Peace.